If you tuned in to our episode last July 21st, you might have already know me. For those who are new to our live session, hello again. My name is Denver. I'm the People Business Partner Manager here at Emapta. Joining me once again here is my master. Hi, Joan. Kumusta ka naman?
Happy Friday. So, I'm doing good and thank you, Denver. So, happy Friday to everyone. This week just went by so fast, right? So, imagine it's Friday already. And hello and good afternoon to everyone watching us today. And it's me again, Joan. I'm a Global HR Business Partner Manager. And I'm glad to be hosting again. And I'm glad to be back to host another Career Talks here at Emapta. So,
yeah, thank you. Alam mo, Joan, actually, I heard our last live session was a hit. I'm guessing it's mainly because of the topic that we had. It resonated with our audience. Favoritism in the workplace, so must be something that a lot of people have or may have experienced. Do you not agree or do you agree?
Agreed. And, our earlier career talks or episodes here only discussed job openings, perks, and hiring processes. Now, we're discussing topics that regular employees can actually relate to. So, whether or not you're applying here at Emapta, it's good to learn how you can level up at work. And for this session, our topic is about a very sensitive issue. So it is about awareness on sexual harassment and safe spaces in the workplace or in the office. So this topic is mostly gray area, but I hope the viewers will be able to capture good insights from today's session.
Yeah, well, actually, I think it is nice to talk about this topic openly and hear their opinions, right, partner?
Yes, definitely agree on that.
And you know what I really love about career talks is because you don't only improve on your work performance, but also you can get a chance to win 500 worth of Gcash.
Yay!
And today it is very special because we will have 2 contests. So.
Wow, so double the giveaway today. So our first giveaway is our comment and win. So the winner from this contest will be selected from the post we shared before this live. If you commented on that question or on that post, then you'll have a chance to win 500 pesos worth of GCash.
Yes, and for our second giveaway, it's called Tag and Win. And it's straightforward. All you have to do is tag a friend in the comment section. And if your comment gets selected, you will get a chance to win 500 worth of GCash. So to recap, guys, we have 2 giveaways today. So it's tag and win and comment and win, where winners can win 500 worth of GCash each.
Win. So haba ng pa-intro and too many wins that we mentioned. But, enough this chat and let's get right into it.
Okay, so we want to make this live interactive as usual, just like the last time we had.
Yes.
So we're inviting everyone to voice out their thoughts by commenting your question in the chat. And of course, as a tradition, we'll also ask one another to open the discussion. Partner?
Yes.
So the question is, why is it important to raise awareness about sexual harassment in the workplace?
So yes, that's a good question. And actually, I prepared an answer for this and let me read through it. So it is crucial to spread knowledge about sexual harassment in the workplace since it informs both employers and employees about their rights and obligations. So this knowledge encourages early reporting and prevention of such behavior while also promoting a culture of respect, equality, and inclusivity. So it may result in constructive modifications to rules, practices, and attitudes, which would ultimately improve everyone's health and productivity at work. And that's actually the reason why I really like that here at Emapta we have a module for raising this awareness for against sexual harassment. And I really like it, and I actually read it again. So did you read it as well?
I did actually. But thank you. That's very insightful and heartfelt. Kind of read that one. So thanks for that, Joan. And for me, it is important for people to have awareness since it, if not some, a lot have experienced or maybe experiencing it at the present time. It is also something that a lot of people should be aware of, because there's so many limitations of what the knowledge of people is about sexual harassment. So there could be courses that you can go through. There are some people who are very much aware of what's a sexual harassment, because as I've mentioned earlier, a lot may have experienced it, but they didn't realize that they are actually
Yes,
experiencing
definitely.
it.
And
Right?
it's important that they're aware that,
True.
it is sexual harassment.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you for sharing your thoughts, Denver. And now we want to know what you guys think, and if you feel that you agree with our answers or not, please make sure to comment on this live session and voice out your opinion. So share your thoughts with us, and we can actually read it. It's easy as commenting below. So we'll do our best to read all of your comments, all of your thoughts and insights. And I think I'm seeing a lot of questions here. So let's get right into it. So the first question came from our Instagram post.
Right.
So from at Dana Anore. So how does the company resolve issues about sexual harassment while not being biased if the one complaining is in the higher ups?
Yeah, it's actually very something that we normally experience in the workplace, because sometimes we don't report because they are in the upper management, we are afraid of. But in the process, and as you know, I won't go through the labor code of the Philippines, because it is something that you guys could feel like it could bore you, but I would like to highlight the part where in any organization, especially here at Emapta, we do have, or we form a committee on decorum and investigation, or what we call CODI, so that these people could easily identify if there really is a sexual harassment based on the report that we would normally receive, or well, not normally, sorry, let me pardon me on that, we would usually receive if there is something that an employee is experiencing, so that it will have a fair judgment. This group of people would ask questions based on the report that was submitted, or if there are proofs, or if there are written statements that was submitted over to the human resources. This group of people will be asking questions relevant to the situation or the incident report that was submitted over to us.
Thank you. And this committee has different perspectives,
Right.
points of views. So it's really important to have this committee doing the investigation
Yeah.
as well, and share their thoughts on the incident or on the case.
That's exactly right. All right. And also for the next one, it's from Edsel John Zuniga. What are some examples of workplace sexual harassment?
Okay, so yes, so first would be an explicitly demand as a precondition for granting employment or compensation. So an example would be if the employee is required to engage in a sexual act in exchange of a job, salary, promotion,
Right.
so anything that will benefit her, but her or him, but in exchange there should be a sexual act that's gonna happen. So that's a no-no, yeah. So if the person, another scenario is if the person being targeted refuses to comply with the demand for a sexual favor, and as a result, what happened is a negative. So there's a negative backlash on the employee
Right.
if they're going to refuse.
Yeah, it could
Okay.
sometimes affect their performance,
Yes.
being taken being personal.
Agree.
Or sometimes the person in power could even spread rumors about that person. So that's basically something that anyone could experience, and I think I think a lot.
Yes,
Especially in a private sector, even in the public sector, Yeah.
Yep, and another thing is an environment that is intimidating, hostile, or offensive to an employee. So, if the situation where an employee is subjected to unwelcome sexual advances, right? Explicit comments or jokes sometimes,
Right.
green jokes specifically, gestures, or any other form of sexual behavior. So, those are examples of sexual harassment in the workplace.
True. That's very true. Okay.
And then, so we have another comment from Marga Bestar. How to deal if the one who harasses you is your ultimate crush? So, what are you gonna do?
That's a very interesting question. Actually, I read this one as well. I think there's a certain limitation into to it. You know, if one is being harassed by somebody who's your ultimate crush, there's an acceptable, well, not to be harassed, but you know, the what do you call this? The attention that you're getting from your ultimate crush has limitation in it. If it has a form of touching already and you feel violated, I think that's the only time that you have to like say stop, or you know, politely say that you don't feel comfortable about it. You have to voice it out.
Yes.
You know,
even if he or she is your ultimate
crush, right? Exactly. Because if it doesn't give you, you know, higher moral standards, you know, it doesn't benefit you, your mindset, your energy. It doesn't give you that benefit at all. I think you have to learn how to say no already. No, kahit guwapo pa yan, kahit maganda pa yan, I think you have to know when to say, stop, you're not comfortable, this is my limit, that's your limit, we have all boundaries. I think that's the best and most important thing that we all need to have, you know, putting limitation into to so many things, you know.
Self-respect.
Self-respect, exactly. Thank you, Joan. All right, and what do you think about this one, with the question as well?
Yeah, so actually it depends. The ultimate crush?
Yeah.
So, first, there should be a respect. So, if you feel violated, as what you mentioned, then it's a no-no for me. So, that is already, there is already a negative impact on you, and you should voice it out. So, even if that person is so handsome, so beautiful, still, if you were violated, speak up. You have to report it. That is sexual harassment, and you know, do not tolerate it.
Yeah, never.
May galit. May galit. Yeah.
Naramdaman ko yan.
Naramdaman.
Yeah, but thank you, John. Alright, so we do have another question here from Sean Galvante. How should employees report instances of sexual harassment? So, Joan, what do you think is the best way for somebody to report if they think they're sexually harassed or they are experiencing any harassment in the workplace?
First thing, it's crucial to take immediate action. Like right away, if you feel violated already, go ahead and report it right away. So that you know the situation or what do you call it, what happened is still fresh on your mind, right? So please inform your people business partner, and of course your HR BP, or I don't know what you guys call your HR from different organizations, but please inform your people business partner, and rest assured that this case will be taken into full confidentiality.
Great.
And we're going to definitely investigate on this case and, you know, take action on this.
Yeah.
So please report it immediately.
Yeah.
So sometimes in other organizations, they can report it anonymously, like there is a form that they need to fill out. But here at Emapta, please report it to your people business partner.
Yeah, and I would like to echo on that, John. You know, not just with the people business partner, but to your immediate superior or to somebody who you know has an authority over. If that person is, for example, you don't feel comfortable already with the touching, maybe, or with the verbal abuse that you experience, you don't let that person do it again. You know, basically, if you felt that you felt uncomfortable already, you feel that it violated your morale, then report it, as what Joan mentioned. Because if you will not report it when you got offended already or you felt the harassment, and that person did it again,
it will happen again and again.
Exactly. It's like you're tolerating it, or that person might have a mindset that okay lang pala, so sige, I will continue, not knowing that that person is actually creating a very toxic environment for you that could even lead for your anxiety, that could even lead to
even depression,
or it could even be the reason for you to leave the organization. It's not because you don't enjoy working in your company or even here at Emapta, but because there's this one person who's making you feel very much uncomfortable because you're being harassed. So anyone, again, if you felt or experienced something like that, feel free to report it to the authority, to the people business partner, to your immediate superior. If it's your immediate superior, then escalate it. So we do have the hierarchy process of escalating.
Exactly.
So let's do that. Let's follow that, and let's not tolerate as what Joan and many of the people says. Do not tolerate what you don't like, right?
Exactly.
So-
Voice it out.
Exactly. Right. Next, Joan.
Yes. So we have a question from Ishmael Bautista. I've experienced unwelcome physical contact from a coworker at work events. What should I do to make it stop?
Okay. Well, again, a lot of people is experiencing this, and this is one good example here. So for this one, if you're already experiencing unwelcome physical contact from somebody who you are working with, your colleague, then it's best that you report it. As mentioned earlier, to the authority and the upper management, your HR department. It doesn't have to have a proof, because sometimes it's we will have that mindset. I don't have a proof. There is
Correct.
no picture. There is no witnesses. But if you felt that, again, you have experienced this over and over again, it only means that we will have to act on it, because unwelcome physical contact violates your persona, your morale. It would even trigger, as mentioned, the anxiety, depression. It could even lead to your resignation, thinking of resigning because you don't feel safe anymore. So it's best to always talk to somebody who you think could assist or help you out, right?
And regardless of the gender. So like for this example, Ishmael, so I assume that he's a guy. So that should not stop you from reporting sexual harassment because you are a guy.
Right.
So that it has no gender. So if you feel violated, even if you are a guy, bi, or part of the LGBTQ community, or girl, you have to report it.
Yeah.
So everyone could experience sexual harassment, and you should take action, you yourself, because the only time that this will stop is if you also take action, right? If you experience this.
Yeah. And don't think that sexual harassment is just based on somebody's touching you. It could be a wide range of harassment. So it could also be giving gifts, and you don't like it because you feel uncomfortable from that person giving you that gift. That could be a form of harassment, or it could fall under sexual harassment. Actually, if you would go through Google, I would highly recommend that if you're not completely aware of what a sexual harassment is, apart from this career talks that we're having now, we're just giving you like a glimpse of what a sexual harassment is, but there's a wide range of
Yes.
websites, or even a module that you can take up to know more about it, because not knowing, we are already experiencing it, but by educating ourselves, taking this kind of courses, talking to the right people, we will know that that's already a form of sexual harassment. It's not just touching, but again, it could be somebody who's giving you a gift, but you don't like it, and it continues to give you something, but you already informed that person that I don't like it, and it's still happening. That's already a form of sexual harassment.
We even have bawal bastos act here.
Yeah.
Catcalling is not allowed anymore,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So, yeah, so,
There's a lot.
and this could happen maybe outside the company premises, or it could also happen in the office.
Yeah.
And sometimes we feel that it doesn't look like sexual harassment. Nagpumito lang naman siya ng with you, di ba?
Yeah,
Ganyan.
correct.
But it could be, if you feel offended by it, then go ahead,
Yeah,
report it.
That's true.
Right.
And highly encouraged. Thank you so much. Okay. Another question that we have here, jumping into it, is from John Patrick Paseos. So, what actions of management will do the person who do this bad kind of act? Okay.
So I assume the possible sanction.
Right.
So of course, what we're going to do first is we will still follow due process as required by law. So interview the complainant and gather more information based on the report. and investigate. And if you can gather evidence, then please do so. And then if you like CCTV reports, if you have one, then please go ahead, submit it, and get the statements of the witnesses if there are witnesses. But then again, I just want to point out earlier what you mentioned, that even though you don't have any supporting documents or evidence, you can still go ahead and report it, and we will still take action on it, and we will review and investigate the case.
Yeah.
So also, so the employee being reported will be interviewed as well. We'll give him or her a chance to explain their side through admin hearing, and definitely we're going to deliberate on what's going to be the decision. So sexual harassment is a terminable offense. It's a grave offense, and we have a zero tolerance policy for this here at Emapta. So please voice it out if you are experiencing this, so that we can help you and let it stop.
Yeah, so apart from that investigation, of course, I shared earlier the CODI, a committee that we will be forming to make sure that a just and an equal deliberation will happen. Again, for CODI, it's a form of, or it's a different people level job description in the company, so that we will have equal
perspectives,
different perspective, and equal decision making. You know, it's not just the upper management or the lower management, but anybody, anybody that the company will be forming.
And that would, create an unbiased decision,
True.
right?
That's true.
Next, so we have a question from Milka. How can individuals differentiate between appropriate workplace behavior and sexual harassment?
Okay, well, that's a very good question, Milka. Thank you so much for sending that over. So how do we differentiate between appropriate workplace behavior and sexual harassment? I think you just really have to be respectful to one another. If you think that that's something that against the morale of that person, or even you yourself, because tayong mga tao, we already understand if that's over and beyond the boundaries of ourselves, and if we do it to other people, we know that's actually inappropriate already. So for inappropriate, you just have to be respectful. You have to know that there are boundaries between your action towards other people, and you know that it's going to, when it's stated in the law, every one of us are very much aware of it. When you step on somebody or catcall somebody, name somebody by not even their legal name, that's already inappropriate, right? So know when to be respectful. That's the most important thing.
Yes.
You just need to be respectful, as you want other people to respect you as well, because you don't want that kind of treatment. You don't want to be catcalled, because magagalit
Know
tayo.
your boundaries.
Right, diba? If you know that magagalit ka when somebody does that thing to you, then don't do it to other people, right? And also, like what I've always seen on social media right now, you don't know what that person is going through.
Yes.
So, you just need to be more passionate, understanding, you don't have to...
Be kind.
Yeah, just be kind. I think that's the most important thing. Be kind and respectful.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on all the things that you've mentioned.
All right.
Okay, so
we'll be reading at least 3 more live questions or comments. Will be flashed. Hold on, let me take a look.
is it considered sexual harassment if your office mate is always complimenting your looks, OOTDs?
Well, that's a very interesting question. I think it's a matter of what
You feel.
what you feel about it, and the words that's being used to compliment you. If you feel like it's already vulgar, medyo taliwas na sa parang maganda yung kulay, ganyan, pero it kind of compliments you, pag sinabi na it compliments your body shape and all that, you will feel that there's that certain energy na parang bastos na
or
siya.
if really it's, explicitly telling you like, uy, ang ganda ng damit mo, bakat na bakat ang something.
Yeah, exactly.
Diba? That could be, I would feel offended by that.
It's below the belt already.
Exactly.
And, there's another meaning to it, another
Yes,
how you see it. It could be like you're talking about the outfit, but you're also using that as a gateway for you to even, parang, tirahin yung part na yung medyo private.
Yes, exactly.
So, right? Pero if it's the OOTD, like, ang ganda ng kulay ng damit mo, where did you buy that?
Bagay sa'yo.
Yeah, that's basically complimenting it because they're asking more interesting questions about the outfit and not how it's good, it looks good on you or that kind of thing. Diba? Tsaka pag yung medyo may pabulong na, yung parang bagay sa'yo yung outfit mo. Parang,
diba? Again, there could be a different meaning to the statement. So,
exactly.
Even if it's a joke, diba? So, diba, sabi nga joke is half meant. So, if you feel offended by it, so it will depend if you feel offended by it.
Okay.
Another question.
If an inappropriate joke has been told in the middle of the conversation and amidst the laughter, a woman did not take a comment as a joke, is this worth reporting or should it just be passed as a joke? This is a very good question because most often than not, if you are very close and you were in a workplace setup and then a joke was cracked or it was, said by somebody, you should know, is it appropriate in the situation? Like, for example, you're in a meeting. You were talking about work, how you will improve the performance, how you can, discuss the things with your subordinates and all that. And then suddenly, a joke was cracked out of nowhere. I think you have to call it out.
Yes.
Diba? Because that's already inappropriate.
That is uncalled for.
It is uncalled for. And sometimes it could even raise some questions like, why did you even crack that joke? It doesn't even...
In front of other people, as it could be in front of other people as well, right?
It's not something that you would understand that would help the organization for to begin with, or during that meeting, like, what's the relevance of that joke, diba? So,
and what did you feel about it?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to ask you. So did you feel that, were you offended when that joke was, blurted out?
Right.
Or is it, you find it funny? So it actually depends also on what you feel and depending on the situation. So like what you mentioned, you are in a meeting discussing work and then suddenly somebody will joke about something, then
very inappropriate.
yes.
Okay.
And probably last question.
So thank you for the advice. A lot of learnings for today's live. Thank you, Emapta Experience. Thank you so very much for tuning in. We're glad because it's heartwarming to see people really tune in to our career talks and having this kind of discussion because not every day we are having this kind of discussion.
Yes, agree. Definitely agree. And so I think that would be all. So we don't have enough time to answer the remaining questions, but we really thank you guys for sharing us your thoughts, your questions. So we really appreciate it. So it really is an insightful discussion, and I'm grateful to host such another participative audience. So we really love that you really go out in sharing your thoughts and insights as well, your views, your questions. So thank you so much, everyone.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, partner. So, and I think all of us have learned one thing or two from this topic. And before we end this live, we'll announce the winners of our giveaway. John?
Syempre, like the tradition. So I'm going to...
Yes. Please do the honor of announcing our lucky winners.
Okay. So the moment you've all been waiting for, guys. So first, we'll announce our comment and win winner, followed by our tag and win winner. So it really is a fun Friday for you because you won 500 pesos worth of GCash. So congratulations to our comment and win winner, Dana Anore. So our sole commenter from Instagram.
Thank you.
So thank you so much.
And congratulations, Dana.
Yes.
And it's also hashtag TGIF for you. Congrats to our tag and win winner, Ishmael Bautista.
So
to our winner, please send us your full name, email, and GCash number via private message. To claim your prize, we'll be waiting for your message for it. And congratulations again, Dana and Ishmael. So, Joan?
And if you enjoyed this live and you want to be updated on our giveaways as well, openings and latest happenings about our office, then we invite you to please follow our social media accounts. That's Emapta Experience on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and of course, TikTok.
Okay, and that's it for today's session. Thank you so very much again for spending your Friday lunch break with us. Please stay tuned to our social accounts to be updated for our future giveaways and events. Once again, my name is Denver.
And I am Jones. See you
in
in the next discussion, everyone.
Bye!
Bye!